Ethan and Liam had been best friends since childhood, but the busy life of the city had pulled them apart over the years. Then one weekend, Ethan called out of the blue, "Man, let's go somewhere far away. Just us, the old memories, and some peace." Liam agreed without thinking twice. While browsing online, they found an old countryside location, Black Hollow, a village about 70 kilometers out of town. It seemed like the perfect escape from everything. But there was just one catch. People said the village was abandoned. Still, there was one place listed online, Old Willow Inn. Without a second thought, they booked it. The drive was beautiful, surrounded by open fields, fresh, earthy air, and stars glowing in the sky. But as they got closer to Black Hollow, something in the air changed. The darkness grew heavier, and there were no streetlights. GPS kept losing signal. Then suddenly, they saw an old wooden board. Old Willow Inn, 500 meters ahead. Ethan smiled. "It looks like we're here." But Liam's face said something else entirely. The inn looked ancient, like time had frozen. Above the entrance, there was a family photo. Everyone was smiling, but their eyes were disturbingly hollow. Inside, it was dusty and freezing. No one was at the reception. Just an old bell. Ethan rang it, and after a few seconds, a frail old woman appeared, dressed in white, long gray hair and eyes that didn't blink. She didn't say much, just handed them the key to room number 4, the last room at the end of the hallway. Her name? Mrs. Whitmore. The room was old and eerie. The bed creaked like it hadn't been used in years. Strange marks stained the walls, and a cold draft filled the air even with the door shut. On the wall, someone had written, possibly in blood, "Time is waiting." Ethan laughed nervously. Complete horror vibes. But Liam didn't laugh. Something had shifted in him. At exactly midnight, there was a knock on the door. Both froze. When Ethan opened it, no one was there. But a small note slid in from underneath. It read, "Your time has come." They were shaken. Liam tried to brush it off, probably a prank. He went downstairs to find Mrs. Whitmore, but the reception was empty. An old gramophone played a haunting lullaby. Then Liam saw something behind the counter, a diary. It belonged to someone named Clara Whitmore. The last entry read, "Every month a guest doesn't make it out. When their time is up, they take the soul." Liam ran back upstairs and showed the diary to Ethan. Ethan's face had gone pale, and just then, a little girl entered their room without opening the door. Her skin was white as snow, her eyes pure black, and she spoke just one word. "Come." Liam grabbed Ethan's hand and they ran toward the exit, but the front doors were sealed shut. Outside the windows there was nothing, just blackness, as if the lodge was floating in another world. Suddenly every light in the inn went out. Screams echoed from the walls. Blood began to seep through the floor. Liam screamed, "We have to get out!" But Ethan stood frozen, whispering the same word over and over. "Time. Time. Time." And then time actually stopped. The wall clock struck 3:13, the same time shown on the lobby clock. That's when Mrs. Whitmore appeared again, but her face wasn't human anymore. Blood poured from her eyes, and in a growling voice she said, "You're not going back. Your time is over." Ethan let go of Liam's hand and walked forward. His eyes had turned white. Liam cried, "Ethan, come back!" But Ethan melted into the shadows with Mrs. Whitmore gone. The next morning, the front door was wide open. Everything looked normal. No blood, no noise, no diary. Just Liam. Alone. When the police arrived, Liam told them everything. But there was no record of Mrs. Whitmore. And Old Willow Inn had vanished from Google like it never existed. Now, every night at exactly 3:13, Liam wakes up sweating, hearing Ethan's voice whisper, "It's time." And in his living room, there hangs the same photo, the one from the lodge entrance. Only now, Ethan is in it too, smiling, eyes frozen in silence. Liam returned to the city, but the old Liam never did. Every night he heard Ethan's voice, sometimes the sound of pages turning, sometimes a faint whisper, a giggle in the dark. That photo, the one where Ethan now appeared, it felt like Ethan was trying to say something. But the only word his lips ever mouthed was, time. 3 months passed. Liam told Ethan's family everything, every strange detail. But no one believed him. They say he's just under stress. But Liam knew the inn, the little girl, Mrs. Whitmore, it was all real. One night, as Liam lay sleeping, he felt someone standing beside his bed. When he opened his eyes, it was her, the same little girl. Only now, her eyes were completely black. She whispered, "Ethan sent me. It's your turn now." Before sunrise, Liam's phone rang. Unknown number. When he answered, all he heard was static. And then, a faint whisper. "The inn's door is open. Come back." Was he going mad? Or was it all real? But there was one thing that kept calling him back. The diary. Liam made a decision. He would return to Black Hollow, this time to end it. When he arrived, the village was even more lifeless than before. The door to the old Willow Inn was open, completely silent. Inside, everything was the same, except the photo. Now, alongside Ethan, another face had appeared. Liam's own. Just then, the bookshelf opened on its own. The diary was waiting. A new page had been written. Time has started again. The next guest has arrived. Liam ran to room number 4. Everything looked the same. But this time, there was a new message on the floor, written in fresh blood. This time, no one is leaving. Suddenly, someone grabbed his hand from behind. He turned around. It was Ethan. But this time, Ethan's eyes were glowing. And with trembling rage, he said, "Why did you leave me, Liam? I was alone. Now you'll stay here with me." Ethan pulled Liam down into the basement beneath the lodge. It was pitch black. All Liam could hear was screaming. The door slammed shut above him. And then, a new photo appeared on the lodge wall. This time, both Ethan and Liam were smiling. But in their eyes, there were no screams left, only silence. Now Old Willow Inn is back online for bookings. Just one room left, room number 4,